Hi everyone, my name is Russell Medley and this is my EDL856 Module 1. So a little about me, I'm from Paxico, Kansas. I have been married to my wife Cassie now for 10 years this summer. We have two kids, Annabelle, who will be turning 6 at the end of March and is also in kindergarten, and our son Bennett, who is 3 and will be starting preschool next year. Growing up, I was someone that wasn't always fond of school and academics, and I really had to work hard to try and keep up with my classmates. It wasn't until I got into sports that I really started to kind of take off. I was athletic, but I just loved the competition. I loved the team aspect of things. And in turn, it kind of helped me excel in the classroom. I learned a lot of life lessons through sports and had some great coaches and also some not so great coaches that I learned a lot from and kind of how I would want to be. And in turn, it's kind of molded me into the person that I am today. I have a passion for working with students. Um, I like kind of trying new things with students, and I like them kind of building confidence in different sports and different skills. And my end goal is just helping them find something that they can be passionate about and that they may want to do for the rest of their lives. In the end, health and fitness is important. As we get older, I just think it's so important that we find something that can keep us active because taking care of our bodies also helps take care of our minds. So with that, I've been a PE teacher now at St. Mary's Grade School for 8 years. I coach. I am a junior high football assistant. I'm the head girls and boys basketball coach for our junior high, and I'm also the throwers coach for our high school track team. During the summers, I also do driver's ed, and so that's a kind of whole new experience in itself. The reason I got into administration is because I've been kind of encouraged by a lot of the staff that I currently work with that they could see me in that role. And while I know I need to continue my education, that was kind of a nice little push to kind of get me started on this journey. I'm in no rush at right now at this point in my career to be an administrator. I still really enjoy what it is I'm doing, but I know down the road it's something that I do have interest in and that I could see myself doing years down the road. So in this assignment, one of the first things it asked was to find ways that I currently reach out to stakeholders, and then I ranked them. The first one being digital. So with social media, something that I use quite a bit, posting different things on Facebook. Twitter is what I use probably more than anything. Just uploading different things that we're doing in classes there where parents and different community members can see those things. Email is obviously something that's very important as well, and sending those out consistently throughout the school year. Next would be in person. We live in a small community, and so I run into parents often where it's just really easy to touch base on things that are happening in our schools and really just talk about anything and everything. And then the last one would be written. So this would be things that I might send home for information that we're doing in class or things that are coming up. Also, putting information out in the newspaper. I know driver's education is one that we are putting stuff out to our community, just letting them know of important dates and things like that. Now, as a PE teacher, I do reach out to stakeholders, but I know that our classroom teachers do it a lot more and also in different ways. So I also included some different ways that I've seen others reach out to stakeholders. This would include Google Hangouts. In our district, we're actually two separate schools combined, and so we do a lot on like professional development days, reaching out to different staff and administration through the use of Google Hangouts. Our school is also in the process of a Apollo redesign, and in that process, we sent out a lot of surveys to our community, to our parents, to our teachers, and to our students. And we were just collecting data on kind of what they liked and valued in our school, or maybe things that they would like to see changed as we kind of go through this redesign process. I know a lot of teachers also use weekly classroom newsletters that they'll send out important stuff. There are things that are happening in their class. Our district website is also a great resource. We have a bunch of calendars and things posted up, different sporting events or things that are coming up. There's a daily bulletin that's attached to there that does a good job of communicating things that are happening in our school. And then I also included our booster club meetings and our school board meetings, just because there we have a bunch of different stakeholders present with parents, administration, teachers, things like that. And so I've seen that be effective as well. So some different tools that are provided for our communication. Obviously, we have school issued laptops, and with that, our school emails. And so that just makes it easy to take with us and email from home or at school or wherever. At our grade school, everybody has access to our school's Facebook page. And so our principal is really encouraging us to, any chance we get, post stuff that would just really kind of show off all the cool things that we're doing in our building. We have different templates that are provided to us for our newsletters. Our principal is really good about finding resources such as like Teachers Pay Teachers, where we can purchase different things and use that as a way to get stuff out to our parents. Our upper elementary kids also have school planners. And so these go home with students where sometimes I know different teachers have parents like sign off on things. And so that's just kind of keeping them in the loop on what's going on. Also, our school is really big in the Google platform. We use Google Forms a lot, Google Classroom. And that's just an easy, quick way that stuff can get sent out to us. So we just check a couple boxes on a survey or things like that. And it just immediately is sent to whoever it needs to go to as far as communication. So in reading the different resources here, some of the fine points that I picked out on introductions, and really things that like I never had really thought about, was that it's just so easy to forget generic answers on our job title, our employer, things like that. I know I'm guilty when I'm meeting somebody. You just kind of go through the motions, and the first thing you say is, "I'm so and so. I'm in this job for this many years," and it's just kind of left at that. So I saw the importance of kind of highlighting your passion and kind of why you got into your field. One of the resources talked about the importance of using names and omitting titles when necessary. I believe the resource was given an example of a doctor who, as soon as they came in, they introduced themselves as Dr. So-and-so. And they're just kind of that intimidation, that kind of superior roles where, it just didn't relate to them as well. But had they just used their first name, it just made it easier, more comfortable, kind of seen as equals there. It's also important to get to know individuals and seek out common interests. So when you identify your different passions or things that you want to accomplish, that opens it up to the individuals that you're talking to kind of relate to you and kind of share some of those common passions or interests. And then probably the most important thing that I found interesting was telling a story rather than just statistics. It's just so easy to, like I said, go through the motions, and you don't really capture anybody by just, like I said, rattling off your resume. So kind of telling a story where you kind of hook and engage them would be an effective way to introduce yourself. So how would I introduce myself to a new staff? Just kind of talking about what I already mentioned. I would talk about my passion, kind of why it is I'm here, and kind of my why as far as what I want to do. I would talk about what I hope to accomplish or what problems I could help solve. I would want to get to know my staff in small groups or one-on-one to make more personal connections, and then, like I said, build those connections, look for those common passions or interests. And then, like I said, telling a story rather than just listing my resume. So in our district, looking through our handbook and all that, I didn't find clearly defined policies. Now, there are things that are told to us as far as communication goes, like responding within 24 hours of a parent contact or things like that. Obviously, confidentiality is really important as well. But there wasn't anything that was just laid out in our district handbook or things like that. Some of the things that I know we have in place, we do have a parent-coach communication form that parents will be given during enrollment, and that just kind of lays out the kind of expectations for parents and coaches. So if something were to arise, kind of the proper channels to go through and trying to handle those issues. Also, our grade school, as part of our KISA accreditation, we have just parent communication logs. And so we are encouraged, and we have different parameters on how many times per semester that we need to be reaching out to parents, and in what manner, whether it was in person, online, phone call, whatever. And so we just have to document anytime that we're making parent contact. And like I said, that goes towards our KISA accreditation. With that said, I'm really excited to kind of get started in this journey, and I look forward to watching everyone else's videos, and have a good day. Thank you.